Okay. Nah, sip.
You are, Junior. We thought you might have been long gone by now.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you startled me there.
You can relax now. We threw those people looking for you off the trail.
Really? Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I believe there's still more of them out there looking for me. Uh-oh, looks like there are some coming this way.
Huh? More of them? Then what are we standing here for? Run!
No, wait, my body isn't in the best shape. It's difficult for me to run. Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can go to. They probably wouldn't expect me to hide in a place like that.
Alright, let's move out. Stay behind us. We'll keep an eye out for anyone looking for you.
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait, stand down, Dia.
Tuh Paimon kaget
My
kenapa
lady, who are
coba?
these two? They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago. They happened to notice that you were all searching for me, so they helped me hide.
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
Wait a sec. Who the heck are you? And why are you shooing us away?
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that she returns home safe and sound. My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that your parents are worrying themselves sick.
And if I refuse to go with you?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to carry you like a sack of potatoes.
Hey! Junior Zod already said she doesn't want to go back. Why are you still pushing her?
Stay out of this. You don't understand the situation. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employers. I have to answer to them.
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again. Double? A triple? Give me some time and I'll get that much.
Lu punya uang, lu punya kuasa, bodoh lah.
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go against my principles.
Anjay. Lo emang punya duit, tapi bagian gua enggak, nyet.
That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but my conscience was also telling me it's the right thing to do.
Anjay. Tai, gila ini deh. Gila.
And knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those who love you, don't be stubborn.
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits and I know what I'm doing. Honestly, the only people being stubborn right now are my parents. And I know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. I still won't accept reality. And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, you've been living with us a long time already. This should be old news to you. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. But there's someone else in this world I'm also grateful to. Because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same I have for my parents. This is my life and my last chance. So I want to do something meaningful.
My lady, are you sure what you're doing now is meaningful?
Yes, I'm sure. At least, it is to me.
Fine, I won't ask you to return home anymore. But
Lah,
let me make
segampang
something
itu negonya.
very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your determination, not because I agree with you.
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude just now. My nerves were acting up. And I even brought up your payment in such an offensive way.
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, that's our next topic of conversation.
Ah, bodoh lah.
Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. It wouldn't be easy to hide things from your old man. Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, you'll need someone to cover you for when you're out and about. So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say half of what your father pays me. We can settle the bill when we return to the estate.
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like they've reached an understanding.
I'm fine, really. I just feel a little tired now that things have calmed down.
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so let's rest up and grab some grub.
I'm sorry for worrying you too. If you don't mind, I'd like for you to join us.
Sure, after you rest up, we want to hear more about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Oh iya, kita kan nyari Lord Kusanali ya. Aku baru ingat tuh ceritanya, Cok.
Well, if it isn't Dia, haven't seen you in nearly half a year. Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family now. Don't you find that kind of work boring?
You get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it, huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't get to serve personages like you very often. We'll be sure to prepare our very best.
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of Mora on me, and I really ought to save as much as I can. But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Yeah, we're already super grateful for everything you told us about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
How about our charcoal-baked agelenach cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there are eating some now.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Probably mine will pass.
Anjing bener juga ya.
Hey, come on! Paimon has personal preferences too, you know.
Lucu juga nih manusia terbang nih.
Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost nobody was interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali. So, what made you want to follow her?
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know how, I think I've actually seen her before.
Huh? Really?
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, my illness had kept me bedridden for the better part of a year. I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. But even then, the Akasha didn't have any helpful information.
ML kontrol gue main kalah mulu bangsat. Ya namanya juga ML ya Noe ya.
My younger self
Terima nasib,
had any
Cok.
hopes or dreams. One flare-up was so bad that I was in a semi-conscious state for 7
Tapi ini
days.
salah satu fun fact ya Noe ya. Entah kenapa sekarang Mobile Legends semakin malam semakin aneh loh ya. Gua dulu biasanya nge-push malam-malam, sekarang udah nggak bisa, Cok. Temennya makin aneh, Cok, sekarang kalau malam. Gua nggak tahu kenapa begini ya. Dan ini terjadi nanti di season sekarang loh. Season dulu enggak, Cok. Aneh emang ya, tapi ya udahlah.
Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. My body was paralyzed. Even if I cried, there was no sound. At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind. Dunyarzad, don't be scared.
Kenapa jadwalnya tengah malam selalu GI?
You don't have to cry.
Karena Aing tidak tahu harus main apa lagi ya, coy. Ya, ini juga karena karakter yang mau ku gacha sudah mau keluar, jadi gue mesti cepat-cepat kelarin storynya ya kan. Jadi ya daripada gue bingung level apaan, mending ku lanjutin aja Genshin Impact ku ya kan.
Who are you? How do you know my name? How do I explain this? You might not be able to understand.
Ini gue lagi ngedit exit video live lu kemarin. Waduh. Bagaimana? Jadinya berapa menit tuh itu? Apakah sampai semenit atau cuma 15 detik, Cok? Saking cepatnya gitu kan ya.
Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder, that you hate taking medicine every morning, and that you love counting the petals on your mom's skirt. Wow, you really do know everything. Dunyarzad, is there anything you want? What? Not really. I can't go anywhere or do anything.
55 detik lah paling lama mungkin. Oke lah. Untuk sebuah aksi itu sangat mantap ya kan ya.
Huh?
That's enough.
Aren't you a child? All children have wishes. Tell me what you want, and maybe I can make it happen. Can you make my illness go away? Oh. I'm sorry. But I'm not powerful enough to do that right now. Then, can you be my friend?
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me and told me many wondrous things. Beyond my window was the flourishing Sumera city. Beyond the city was a lush rainforest. And beyond that was the wall of Samiel, deserts, and all of Teyvat. Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. I told my mother about it, but she said that I must have been dreaming. But I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Tvat. Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world, nor would I have learned how to read and enjoy so many books.
Akhirnya YouTube lo keluar dari kutukan 800 subscriber. Ya, menggunakan meta short ya kan, sekali lagi. Meta short kali ini benar-benar tidak mengecewakan ya Nu ya. Ya walaupun entah gua nggak tahu kenapa ini shortku tiba-tiba tidak jalan lagi. Ya sudah pasti gara-gara videonya kurang menarik ya kan, tapi ya udahlah. Cuma gua nggak terima coy, ini shortku 2 hari ku yang nonton cuma 2. Kalau yang nonton minimal 100, oh gua tahu nih videonya nggak menarik gitu loh. Ini kalau yang nonton 2, 4 itu kayak ini sih lebih karena tidak didistribusi YouTube ya, tapi ya udahlah. Sudah menjadi takdir, tapi ya sudah, tidak apa-apa. Maybe someday lagi ya kan, bakalan naik lagi ya kan.
That voice sparked a desire for wisdom. It had to have been the Dendro Archon. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help prepare the Sub-Zero's festival for her.
What's the Sub-Zero's festival?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by the sages.
Ayo nanti Excel lu lihat view-nya berapa. Kalau rame sih gua boleh aja lanjut editin. Kalau sama aja ya makanya coy. Semoga naik ya coy ya. Kalau naik itu XC-nya, gua cek lagi YouTubeku yang dulu gua bikin juga coy. Jadi kita bikin 3 short setiap hari ya kan. Kuspam lah itu short ya. Dari dulu kan gue cuma bikin 1 short 1 hari, itu pun dari videoku doang gitu loh, kayak momen-momennya doang aku potong. Kalau dari live gue males coy, kayak anjing panjang banget ya nyari akses di live gitu kan ya. Tapi kalau sukses naik view-nya, mantep coy.
When she passed away, the holiday eventually became a celebration of the Lesser Lord's birthday. I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumeru. In those days, the festival was a huge deal.
Ya spam gue yang capek ngeditnya. Oh tenang, bakalan ku bantu juga kok Nu ya. Aing kalau sudah masalah view pasti niat ya. Seperti dulu lihat video-video Mobile Legends ku naik kan shortnya ku spam coy ya. Cuma tiba-tiba tidak tahu kenapa pas gua kerja sebulan tidak upload, pas ngupload Mobile Legends lagi hilang view-nya. Jadi ya udahlah. Udah tidak ada lagi ya kan short-short tentang Mobile Legends, jadi ya begitulah.
But because of the academia's influence, people have gradually lost interest in the festival. The academia actively participates in Sumeru's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zero's festival, forget any funding.
Gimana cara bantunya ya? Gue cari momen-momen yang lain lah. Nanti kan ku cari momen, misalnya satu live ini nih ada 4 momen tuh. Mungkin lu bikin 1 momen, 3 momennya gua yang bikin. Jadi bisa langsung ku tak. Gua cek lagi di live berikutnya. Ini ada momen-momennya, mungkin satu live dapat 4 sampai 5 momen. Gua langsung bikin lagi gitu. Begitulah intinya ya. Tapi seperti biasa gue mesti belajar ngedit akse dulu, Cok. Jadi lu yang cut ya. Enggak, maksudnya langsung ku jadiin gitu. Kalau misalnya ada 4 momen nih. Yang 4 momennya itu kan jadi 4 akse tuh. Nah, 4 aksenya itu yang ku edit. Itu pun kalau ada ya. Kalau ada. Tadi sih ada 1 sih di sini. Lucu gitu loh, Cok. Gue jadi ingat si Bayem, Cok. Lu punya duit, lu punya kuasa gitu loh.
So they're reluctant to celebrate it.
Aww, but that's awful.
It is. It's absolutely terrible. Sure, the Greater Lord founded Sumeru, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly protecting us for the past few hundred years?
Just remember that we're still out in public. Don't get too carried away now.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zero's festival to this day, but I hadn't met any of them before, so I was never able to contribute. But recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Nanti gua kirimnya di mana dulu nih? Info penting atau gabut aja lah di sini. Yang di gabut aja lah ya Nu ya. Info penting kan lebih ke arah hal-hal yang emergency, yang kayak hal-hal gawat ya, di situ info penting, Cok. Mending di menggabut aja, Cok, supaya semua orang bisa lihat dan bisa langsung komen. Masalahnya kalau di info penting kan gua taruh slow mode tuh. Jadi orang agak nggak bisa komen, Cok. Per 6 jam kalau nggak salah gua taruh slow mode-nya di situ ya.
I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year. That's the least I could do for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilu, the one who sends flowers to
Buset,
Lucia?
6 jam ya. Ya makanya kan. Ya sesuai namanya, Cok, info penting. Jadi kayak hal-hal yang krusial, hal-hal yang ya tentang emergency lah intinya.
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed like she was hiding something in her arms. Did you give her something?
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much more prepared, so I had Nilu sell one of my skirts. I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today and see how things are coming along. Dia.
Sure. That's quite the trip, though. I'll carry you.
No, that would be too much. Even for
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us. And if anything happens to you, then I'd really never hear the end of it from your father.
But of course. Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more people interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Ntar gua download back soundnya yang bagus untuk akses dulu sama stiker meme dan semacamnya lah. Ya itu dia. Hal yang paling lama dalam bikin aksi adalah mencari bahan-bahannya, kontennya itu, coy ya. Ya kalau nggak salah ada nama websitenya gitu loh, green screen aksi, cuma ada di TikTok, cok, gue lupa lagi namanya ya. Apalah nama websitenya itu apa ya? Lupa gua, cok, anjing. Ingatan juga kayak ikan gitu loh, terlalu cepat lupa gua, cok.
Sorry I'm late, Nilu.
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was taking you so long that I assumed you got trapped at home, but you made it in the end. Uh-oh. But if Dia's here, that means you got caught, right?
You could say that, but everything worked out. She's on our side now.
Not completely.
Oh, and who are these two?
Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon, my two newest friends. They're visitors who just arrived at Sumeru City and are looking for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali.
So you're followers from another land? That's wonderful. You two absolutely mustn't miss the Sabzeri's festival. By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating the Grand Bazaar. It looks spectacular, thanks to your generous contribution.
You're very welcome. It's the only thing I could do. Do you...
Probably? But don't sweat it. We've already finished renovating the stage. Come on, I'll show you.
Wow! This place is amazing!
Not bad. Last time I was here, the stairs were full of holes.
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off. Mr. Zubair was worried sick. We reported it to the academia many times, but they never sent anyone to deal with it. We didn't want anything bad happening, So we were going to cancel all the stage performances.
Oh, probably because it was the theater asking.
The academia looks down on performers like us. They probably think it would be best if the theater closed down completely. We can't let that happen, though. Not only would everyone involved in the theater go hungry, but then we wouldn't be able to hold the Sub-Zero's festival anymore. Thank the Dendro Archon for Dunyarzad. But the more she gave us, we hired someone to patch up the tree, and we also gave the stage a much-needed makeover. The stage is going to be even prettier when it's festival time. I can't wait for you to see it.
And I can't wait to see you on the stage. You've been practicing so long already. It's almost time for your dream to become reality.
It's our dream. I'll do
Anjay,
my best for the two of us.
our dream.
Milu, what are you gonna be doing at the festival?
She'll be dancing the dance of Sub-Zeros, the most important performance at the Sub-Zeros festival.
Dunyarzad, have you told them the origin of this holiday?
I only told them about the Greater Lord and Lesser Lord so far.
Okay, then I'll tell you two about how this holiday came to be. According to legend, the Sub-Zeros festival was originally the Goddess of Flowers' birthday celebration for the Greater Lord. A long, long time ago, on one of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthdays, her friends threw her a celebratory banquet. Some of the gods got drunk. One started playing music, and the Greater Lord started singing, so the Goddess of Flowers began to dance. As she danced upon the grass,
Udah gua dulu bentar mau fokus edit mencari mentahan dulu. Oke Nui, silahkan.
those brilliant purple flowers became her dazzling stage. All the gods clamored, "Oh, if only time could stop at this very moment." Of course they did. When people mention the gods, they always think of the Archon War. But Sumeru's gods also had happy times. Although they aren't around anymore, they're preserved in our tradition of
Lu
dance.
masih ingat kan
The
kata-kata
sock
gua
that I'm wearing
semalam?
is apparently based on how the Goddess of Flowers looked.
Oke bro. Itukah oke bro?
Though we're just tiny people compared to the divine, we still have to do our best to make sure that the birthday girl feels loved on her special day.
Milu, you of all people will definitely be able to convey our well wishes to the Dendro Archon. I also noticed that you went the extra mile and scattered Patisaras around the stage.
Jangan tinggi banget ekspektasinya. Oke Nui, aman kok. I know.
They symbolize the Goddess of Flowers, after all. It's just a shame that all the real Patisaras went extinct after her death.
Yeah. The Greater Lord brought forth Patisaras in memory of the Goddess of Flowers. But she ultimately could never truly replicate that beautiful purple.
Thinking about the Goddess of Flowers dance makes me wish I could have seen it. If my stage were anything like that, I'd be thrilled if I had just two real Patisaras on the stage. So, Traveler and Paimon, what do you think? Interested in the Sub-Zero's festival?
All of Lesser Lord Kusanali's followers will be there for her birthday. It'll be a good opportunity for you to learn more about her.
Ooh, Paimon thinks that's a great idea! Hey, come on! There's nothing wrong with enjoying a festival. Besides, it's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday. She'll be happy to have more people who are celebrating it.
So how about we all attend the Sub-Zero's festival together?
Dunyarzad, let me show you which stage decorations we've picked out so far. Traveler and Paimon, if that doesn't sound interesting to you, then feel free to explore the area. Everyone at the Grand Bazaar loves Lesser Lord Kusanali, and we're all looking forward to the Sub-Zero's festival.
Ini apa sih ini hari kelahiran apa? Wah, gue kekurangan bahan, tolong. Waduh. Aku pun masih no idea Nui, aku pun tak tahu. Ini ada pesan, Cok. Lalu harus kedrus sampai 50 terus bisa beli center. Ah, iya, itu betul. Biar gue edit versi good endingnya. Oh, good ending ya, buset. Bentar, ini akse kok agak niat ya. Ada bad sama good ending ya, gila. Terkonsep ya kan. Ini ekspektasiku yang terlalu rendah atau lu yang terlalu niat ini nu ya? Buset.
Whoa! What's with your yellow hair? And why do your clothes look so funny? Are you an Outlander? Did you know that the Sabzerus festival is about to happen? There'll be loads of fun things to do at the festival. The best part is when Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, passes out candy to everyone.
Masa gue yang cosplay jadi elu jadi? Astaga, cu. Ya juga sih nggak bisa kan ya. Bentar. Ini konsep aksinya bagaimana nih? Gua kira itu cuma yang pas gua sombong doang loh. Kok tiba-tiba ada good ending, bad ending nih? Wow.
I don't know much about the Grand Bazaar, but I do know that the residents here have a penchant for song and dance. Oh, and the perfume sold around here is a lot better than what you'll find elsewhere. The fragrances are longer lasting and they're gentler on your skin and I mean, that's what I've heard at least.
Dari segi suaranya aja beda banget kita net. Iya sih, bener ya kan. Sangat-sangat tidak mungkin ke suaraku terlalu cempreng gitu ya untuk ditiru, Jo.
We're expecting people from all over to come by this year and buy things during the festivities.
Belum pernah lihat akse sebelumnya. Gue pernah lihat akse, cuma yang kulihat kan kayak akse Mobile Legend, akse MPL, yang kayak gitu-gitu doang loh. Nggak sampai kayak yang niat kayak ada good ending, bad endingnya gitu loh. Mentok yang kayak yang dibikin Viano Gaming, nah itu mentok akse yang gue tahu, Jo. Yang ada ceritanya, cuma ya udah akse ya ceritanya kayak ngadul gibul gitu ya kan.
Don't be fooled into thinking that Sumeru City has the best of everything. Some festival snacks are only offered here in the Grand Bazaar. And when it comes to musicians, dancers, or singers, the Grand Bazaar's got the best of the best. Sure, those folks
Udah lu lihat aja hasilnya. Waduh.
Kok
Kok aku sangat penasaran ya. Bentar, gua beli center. Oh ada, Cok, kalau nggak salah. Mungkin hari Minggu atau hari Sabtu jadinya mungkin. Kalau nggak salah di 3 minggu yang lalu pas Jumat Horror kan gua ada main. Enggak, Cok, yang dulunya Doors itu tetap, Cok. Kalau nggak salah ada itu yang kan gua pertama live Doors. Nah, di live kedua ku yang live Doors kan gua ada tuh kalau nggak salah sampai ke pintu 50 terus gua beli center. Kalau nggak salah ya, tapi gue lupa juga, Cok. Udah lama banget itu, Cok, pas gue beli centernya. Nah pas gue beli center itu kan gue merasa kayak kayaknya tidak berguna center, dah jadi ya begitulah. Kagak pernah lu beli center? Pernah, Cok. Pernah, sumpah pernah gue beli center, Cok. Tapi gue beli centernya itu pas di yang ke-50 itu loh. Udah bebui mulut gue bilangin, lu pernah, Cok, sumpah pernah. Kalau nggak salah ya itu pas lu nggak ada nu ya, gue inget, Cok. Beli centernya lu pakai buat yang ada. Lu pakai enggak, Cok. Ingat gitu. Kalau nggak salah gue beli center pokoknya. Ya. Karena apa ya? Kenapa gue beli center waktu itu ya? Kalau nggak salah kan ada macis, ada center tuh. Nah kalau nggak salah kan kalian bilang center kan lebih bagus. Gue beli center, yakin gue, Cok. Sumpah gue yakin, Cok. Ingat gue, Cok, pernah beli. Yang jelas gue pernah beli center, intinya itu, Cok.
originally done to
Jadi
honor the
aksenya lu
greater
bikin
lord.
short. Iya dong, akse kan emang short kan. Ya kecuali Mobile Legend ya. Kalau Mobile Legend kan bisa kan ya panjang-panjang.
My grandmother said that greater lord Rukadavata is a beloved deity and honored by all. Unless the Sub-Zero's festival has been losing its appeal over the years. That is until a wealthy benefactor.
Udah gue off dulu, mau serius dulu. Oke Nuh, silahkan. Semoga sukses Nuh ya.
She forked out a lot of mora to make it all happen.
Lalu live sampai jam berapa? Bentar, 86. Sekitar 1,5 jam lagi lah. Ya 1,5 jam lagi gua nge-live-nya aman. Kalau nggak ketiduran ya tiba-tiba ya. Ini gue sampai chilling good banget ini Cok. Tapi ya 1,5 jam lagi lah. Ya udah gua dulu. Oke Nuh. Silahkan.
Nilu, your outfit looks amazing. There's also something different about you from when we first met up.
I thought I'd add a little extra pizzazz to my dress for the festival.
Wow, did you sew all that yourself?
Uh-huh. Sewing is a fundamental skill for everyone in the theater company because we make all our own costumes. I've noticed that you can't keep your eyes off this crown. Would you like to try it on?
May I?
Of course. The legends say that the goddess of flowers had beautiful horns on her head, so this crown was made to reflect that. Hey! Is that who Paimon thinks it is? It looks like Catherine.
Ngapain Catherine di sini, Cok?
Come to think of it, Paimon's only ever seen her behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild. This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break.
Fenomena alam.
Hey, Catherine.
Oh, hey! It's the Traveler and Paimon! Oh, what's shaken?
Whoa. Break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual. Paimon was still waiting for her to say Ad Astra Abyssosque.
Sure. Standing behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild doesn't require any complicated functions. But saying and doing the same old things over and over again can get pretty monotonous. Like watching the same Fontaine movie day after day. But take you two, for example. You travel across Teyvat to enrich your lives and gain new experiences.
Well, we enjoy traveling across Teyvat and all that, but we're mainly looking for clues about his sister.
Yes, and you should keep searching.
What's up?
Sometimes the answers we're looking for aren't necessarily at our intended destination.
Huh. Haven't we heard someone say something pretty similar recently? Anyways, what brings you out here, Catherine?
No, not particularly. I guess you could say that I'm loving the recent atmosphere here. If festivals bring happiness to everyone, then that's where their true value lies. It looks like it's about time for me to be heading back now.
Alright, we'll see you next time at the Adventures Guild. Oh, by the way, thanks for connecting us to the Eremites. We've already made some great friends in Sumeru City thanks to you.
I'm sure you two will get along well with the people here. You've already been blessed by the element of Dendro after all. See you around.
There's something really different about Catherine today.
Hey, Traveler. Paimon.
Oh, hey Thea, what's going on?
I've got something to tell you. My lady knows you're looking for ways to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she's been trying to come up with a way to help you. Well,
Are you serious? We'd love that.
It might not necessarily pan out, so don't get your hopes up too much. I'll need to take you two somewhere and ask someone some questions. My lady is feeling a little worn out at the moment. Nilu's found a place for her to rest. After I take my lady home, let's meet in front of the Citadel of Rexar.
Sounds like a plan. Let's head over to the Citadel of Rexar and wait for Dia.
Sorry, I'm late. It took some convincing for the master and mistress to believe that Miss Dunyarzad was only sitting in the port for a while because she was in a bad mood. Anyway, I guess I should be thanking you. I haven't seen Miss Dunyarzad that happy in a long time. If it wasn't for you two, she probably would have been caught and dragged back much earlier.
You sure sound a whole lot nicer than when we first met, Dia. Who would have thought you had such a soft spot for Dunyarzad?
It's called being a professional. I'm a bodyguard, and I work for whoever's paying.
Look, Dia's blushing.
Anjay, blessing.
Listen, you two. I don't expect to be working for Miss Dunyarzad very long, but I hope to finish things on a positive note if possible. Let's cut the chit-chat and head into the Citadel. We'll see if the person I know has a way for you two to meet with the Lesser Lord. Oh, hey, Chief.
Ah, Dia, what are you doing here? And well, didn't expect to see you three together.
I take it you all know each other already?
Mm-hmm. We met this morning after the Adventurers Guild pointed us to Ozfon for more info.
No kidding. Huh. So, where's Ruksha? I thought I'd help these two out by asking about the theft. Anything you can tell him?
Rookshaw's gone over to the Academia. The Grand Sage recently ordered Sumeru City to begin bolstering its defenses, so people from all over have been called back to the city. Since you've already mentioned the theft, I suppose I might as well tell them what we know.
Appreciate it, Chief.
Theft? Sorry, what theft are you guys talking about?
Just recently, the Academia lost something, and there's a chance the item is connected with the Dendro Archon. This case might just somehow help you in meeting her.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. But if you ask me, the case is more about the Academia than anything else. Let me fill you in. The Academia recently sent a convoy to pick up an important package from Aru village. Word got out, and the convoy was robbed on its way back. The Grand Sage took the whole matter very seriously. Not only did he dispatch the Matra, but also enlisted our help in the search for leads. All we know so far is that whatever was stolen is currently in Port Ormos.
You two have heard of Port Ormos, haven't you? It's the largest commercial port in all of Sumeru. You can travel there by leaving Sumeru City and heading south along the river. The Academia's grip isn't long enough to reach all the way to Port Ormos, so the city's a little more laid back, meaning the population's also a mixed bag. You never know who you'll meet there.
Apparently what was lost has a great deal to do with the Akasha, knowledge, and even the gods. I'm afraid I don't have any other details for you, though. If you're interested, maybe you can head to Port Ormos and ask around yourselves. If you want my advice, try introducing yourselves as students of the Academia once you're there.
Are you serious, Chief? All the Academia students are in Sumeru City, you know. Why should they pretend to be students in Port Ormos?
If you're also interested, just go there and see what happens.
Count me out. I've got plenty of work to do here for the Homayani family. And take it from me, If you two really do decide to visit Port Ormos, you'd best watch your backs. Let's just say that the Eremites there aren't nearly as friendly as those here in Sumeru City. There are even some extremists who go around shouting slogans like, "Retake Sumeru for King Deshret." Word is that more and more are joining their movement. They're becoming a real headache for Chief and the others.
You bet they are. King Deshret's been dead for thousands of years. Now they start spreading rumors of his return. Ridiculous.
Not everyone's like you, Chief. Even the desert natives who abandoned their homes in the wilderness still wish to have a god of their own. Well, Traveler, that's about all.
Thanks, Thea, and you too, Aslan. Since we've gathered all we could for the moment in Sumeru City, let's head to Port Ormos and see what we can find next.
Miss Dunyarzad is looking forward to seeing you both at the Sub-Zerus Festival, so be sure to get yourselves back here in time for that. Good. Then we'll see you both at the Sub-Zerus Festival.
Come and have a good look yourself. Traditional spices of the highest quality, made with pride and experience.
You've got a deal. I can't thank you enough for always looking after my business.
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Eremite mercenary groups are nearly in open conflict, but does the core of 30 care?
Wow! Talk about hurly-burly! This place is busy! Well, guess that's only to be expected for the largest port in Sumeru. Maybe it's because of what Thea told us earlier, but Paimon can't seem to shake the feeling that there's also danger lurking in these crowds. Let's get our bearings so we can start looking for leads. We know that whatever the Academia lost is related to the gods. But other than that, we don't have much else to go on. Oswald told us to try posing as Academia students while asking around. Paimon checked the Akasha on the way here, and the Academia doesn't seem to have any research facilities in Port Ormos. Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're Academia students and asking about the stolen items? Well, given all the people that come through here every day, if there's any information to be found, Paimon bets we could find it in the market. Let's ask her.
Welcome. Welcome. How can I help you two?
Hi there. We would like to ask you a question. Do students from the Academia ever come to Port Ormos?
Of course. Especially around this time of year. Students from Sumeru City that are about to graduate often come to Port Ormos to cut loose a little. Many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the Academia, let alone graduate. But those who finish their studies and go on to become full-time researchers at the Academia have it even harder. Sure, we may not be Sumeru City, but Port Ormos offers beautiful scenery and a stress-free environment. Some even say it's good luck to come to Port Ormos, so students and researchers come flocking here when things get to be too much at the academia. Ah, you see over there? Those are students from the academia. They've been looking worried and miserable ever since they got here a few days ago. If you ask me, the life of a merchant is better. So long as the Akasha teaches us what we need, then life is good.
Those students seem to be discussing something. Let's see if we can listen in.
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to
Hari-hari malah nguping.
Not to mention that a bunch of scary-looking Eremite mercenaries have been posted along the streets now.
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. We choose to move on our own, then it would be wise to steer clear of them. Especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about King Deshret and some resurrection. I've even heard that the Citadel of Rexar is starting to get fed up with them.
They're called Ain el Akhmar. Today, I heard that the thing we're after might be in their possession at the moment.
Wait, come again?
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port Ormos deal with trading this kind of thing. They're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the academia. It's because the kind of goods that students are looking for aren't the kind of goods that Eremites are after. As long as they know you're a student, then deals can be made. I've heard that Ain al-Hakmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly, if you're willing to part with 500,000 Mora, they'll give you info on anything.
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to buy what we're looking for?
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that kind of shady knowledge? I bet it's practically worthless to anyone aside from us.
Well, I guess that makes sense. Then the only thing left for us now is to find a way in. Why don't we all just pool our money together and pay for the information?
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of research and shady knowledge? It all sounds pretty suspicious to Paimon. Is knowledge something people just buy and sell like that? So, what's our plan? Wait, didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us 500,000 Mora! Have you lost your mind? Oh, alright. Paimon never thought she'd agree to parting with that kind of Mora. But if you know what you're doing, then we should give it a shot.
Kayaknya gue salah milih dah. Hilang dah 1 juta Mora aku, cowok.
This is the place we heard those stewards talking about.
Oh, you've arrived. Please, take a seat. So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Huh. Once we reclaim the power of King Deshret, they'll be the first that the boss punishes.
They're nothing to be afraid of. Our main rival now is the Caracal Battalion. They've also amassed a significant amount of Mora this time, so we mustn't underestimate them.
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunists out for a quick Mora?
Yeah, with Boss's fervent devotion, he'll be able to use this power to bring our god back this time.
Huh. All these guys talk about is King Deshret, so they're probably the ones we're looking for.
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when King Deshret exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Yeah, Python was wondering what they meant too. We should ask about that if we get the chance later.
Huh? Who are you? What do you want? A traveler?
Now's probably not the time to talk about that. Didn't the students say Eremites are wary of outsiders?
Aduh, betul lagi, Cok.
A student? Huh. What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos? Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it?
Ya udah gas lah.
Paimon should stand to see so much more ago. There's no other choice right now.
Tidak, 500.000 murahku.
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Hmm? Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh, that's right. We heard you mention King Deshret just now. We're actually interested to know more because we're archaeology students.
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, I guess I can throw in a little extra info. As you can see, members of Ain al-Ahmar are devout believers of King Deshret. Years ago, King Deshret founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. It was an advanced civilization, far beyond anything you'll see in present-day Sumeru. King Deshret was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a companion he trusted. She even stripped him of his title, God of Wisdom.
So, you mean the traitor was...
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, yes. That shameless wretch destroyed King Deshret's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to flee to this land where we were made to suffer the tyranny of our enemies. Furthermore, she conspired with the academia to cover up the truth of her actions, and create the merciful and benevolent facade for which she is now known. Ugh, just thinking about it sickens me. But the story doesn't end there, oh no. King Deshret isn't truly dead. The voice of the Oracle has been heard in the desert, prophesying his resurrection. Mark my words, our God shall return. And when that date comes, all followers of the traitor and all the desert dwellers who have forgotten their true God will suffer retribution together. If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of King Deshret. I don't have anything to say to you academia people about that. I think this conversation has reached its end.
Iya.
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
Siapa iki, Cok?
You again? Deranged academia lunatic.
Yes, it's me again. I already warned you that if you weren't willing to sit and discuss things with me, I'd take measures to make things uncomfortable for you. Listen to me. That address he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merchant waiting for you there. This group has been boasting all around that they can provide information on a certain item as a means of luring people into their territory. Once you show up, they keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase said item. Then they use that to squeeze you for all the more you're worth.
Wow.
Hey, shut it all, Hatham. What are you playing at, trying to ruin our business like this,
I told you the other day. I wish to discuss my terms with your boss.
Ha! The boss made it perfectly clear that he won't negotiate with you.
Yes, and in no uncertain terms. But that was then. It does not preclude him from changing his mind in the future.
I'm warning you. Don't push us, or this could get ugly. We don't usually get rough with people from the academia because it just complicates things. For a lunatic like you, though, we might just have to make an exception.
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, even the Archons used war to negotiate the ownership of Tevat.
Anjing perang.
If, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation at all,
then I'm afraid my next course of action will sting a little more than the mere falling through of a few business deals. I will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation, which I know you value above all else. I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach me himself. However, also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here today. Otherwise, he might blame you for not telling him in the future. What did you say? Consider this. Have I ever failed to follow through on my word in the past?
This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
Betul kah?
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 more to them.
Anjay.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food yet.
Ah, Mr. Iman. There appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. This wouldn't happen to be because they're all busy spreading the word to the students, would it?
Well...
Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Anjing.
Whoa, did you see that? He not only got us our Mora back, but set the Emirites running too. Plus, he seems to know a lot about what's going on around here. Let's catch up with him and ask him questions.
Gila. Perpustakaan berjalan, bro.
What do you want? No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two gave me just the opportunity I needed. We're even. Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them. Since they weren't able to make off with your Mora in the end, they might harass you again in the future. Alright. Goodbye.
Hold your horses! We still have something to ask you about! Since you tore through their scam right in front of them, you must know the real story about
Who exactly are you two? And why are you inquiring about that? A student. Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with your lie.
Huh? Oh, yeah! He's really strong. Weren't you saying something about a physical exchange? We can help with that.
He doesn't even have a vision. Forget it.
Maybe not, but he can still use elemental energy. Otherwise, there's no way we'd go asking for info from
Lupa
from guys like
nama.
that. Those high-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for your next meeting. Even if you don't go alone, you won't regret taking us with you.
All right, I accept. Got a pen and paper? If you're searching for someone who sells that kind of merchandise, I'll give you one of their addresses, and you can try your luck. We'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier. It doesn't matter if you show up or not.
So, since you were happy to give us this merchant's information, does that mean you can tell us exactly what we're after?
You were willing to part with 500,000 Mora for something and you didn't even know what it was?
Wow.
Okay. Well, if you truly are as skilled as you claim, then you can beat the answer out of them when they become hostile. Look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now. Tell me what you know so far, so I don't waste time repeating information.
We know it's connected to the academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal in it, but some students want to get a hold of it too. What else?
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile this information because you've never seen the object before. This is what you've been looking for.
Eh,
Paimon can't tell what it is. It looks like some kind of ornament.
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, it's a vessel that can store a fixed quantity of canned knowledge. It's like a miniature Akasha. Anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents. Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information, knowledge capsules confer their contents without any requisites.
That's amazing.
It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal in Sumeru to privately possess or trade them. They were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha, and are intended to be destroyed immediately after use.
Okay.
But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction. After all, there will always be those in this world who are dissatisfied with life as designed for them by the Akasha and wish to change their fate. Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Now, in Port Ormos, the valuable ones are a means to Mora for the Eremites. Meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them occasionally prove useful to the common citizens and hapless academia students. Well, I think that about sums it up. Ah, so that's your true objective. With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer. You're still resolved. Fine. Let's talk somewhere with fewer people.
Kita nih tenang iki. Kita memiliki ilmu dari tuan negosiasi itu Zhongli ya kan. Harusnya dapat ini, Cok.
Let's continue our conversation here. If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost, then you must help me with something. I need you to find someone named Dory, a traveling merchant. Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. Some say that as long as there is profit to be made, there is nothing she won't dare to sell. She's guarded against people from the Academia because most of her wares don't comply with Academia regulations. I think she blacklisted me. I met with her informant, but it soon became clear that they had no intention of letting me get any further. Become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust. This is my condition for further collaboration.
Why do you want us to meet with her?
Until you complete this task, you don't have question privileges.
Fine. So how do we go about doing this?
You two are outlanders who haven't been here for long, so Dory should view you as safe clients. I'll give you the informant's address and their contact password. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other tricks she might have up her sleeve. You'll have to improvise.
This is kind of nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for Mora and a shrewd eye for wares, and she only likes customers who she deems to have good taste. I'll prepare some funds for you. Buy her highest quality wares and earn her approval.
But we only just saw a knowledge capsule for the first time. We don't know how to tell which ones are good and which ones are bad. Is that something we can learn quickly?
That's true. Have you two heard of elemental sight? Oh, that's a surprise. Guess I'll have to hold you in higher regard. Anyway, that ability should resolve your issue. Here are 2 knowledge capsules. Tell me, Can you detect any difference in their quality?
They look the same to Paimon.
Try inspecting them with elemental sight.
Oh, beda, Cok.
How'd it go? Did you see anything?
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear brighter when viewed through elemental sight. That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. The more powerful the knowledge, the richer it is in Dendro energy. However, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy is of little use in contemporary times, so those capsules are of little value. Using elemental sight is merely a stopgap measure, but it should suffice for earning Dory's trust.
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password, and here's the mora for purchasing canned knowledge. Don't be cheap. You'll need to spend to catch Dory's eye. If there's any mora left over, just keep it. Oh, and be sure to exercise some caution. There have been Matra present in Port Ormos lately. Your efforts will be for naught if they catch you.
Matra?
They belong to the Academia's regulatory body. They also handle cases of illegal canned knowledge transactions. Like I said, the Academia has banned both their trade and possession. The Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. If you two want to back out, now's the time. Okay, then we have a deal. If you succeed in your dealings with Dory, come find me at the Wikela Funduk. Well,
Okay.
Looking at what Alhaitham wrote, Dory's informant is a traitor near Old Ormos. Let's follow these instructions and try to get in contact with him.
Let's go, kita go.
Hello. What are you two looking to buy?
Wait, are you sure you're remembering that right? Paimon doesn't think it was that on the paper.
What a unique palate. We have unripe hara fruits, but we usually keep them in the back. I'll have someone escort you.
Following the paper got us past the first round.
Ronak, these two want to buy unripe hara fruits. Show them to the warehouse.
Got it. You two, please follow me. You two have a fascinating fashion sense. We haven't seen a customer wearing a Sumeru rose for quite some time.
Hold on. Let me think. Sumeru Rose means common merch. No, look again. We're obviously wearing morning flowers.
Ah, my mistake. I do apologize.
Whew. That pop quiz sure was scary.
Ah, the warehouse is up ahead. Please follow me.
Agak lama di jalan ya.
Before I retrieve your products, I need to confirm a few things. Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. If better goods come in, you'll be the first to know. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Kamu terang cukup bagus. Kali ini mau coba makan buah.
No, that's not it. The paper said that heat stroke is the answer to erudition. Eating something that causes heat stroke sounds horrifying.
I'm sorry. But as things currently stand, we won't be able to fulfill your order.
He's cautious of us. let's take a closer look at the paper that Al Haytham gave.
Anjing, gagal, kurang ajar.
Before I retrieve, please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. If better goods come in, you'll be the first. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating hara fruit that makes your head and ears ring sounds like a bad life decision.
Would you like your hara fruits to be packaged in the Sumeru City or Port Ormos style?
Semer.
I'm guessing that you're going for a more traditional packaging since this is your first time here.
Wait a sec. Sumeru City style means we're only buying a few things. You won't take us to see Dory if we do that.
I'm sorry. But as things currently stand, we won't be able to...
He's cautious about
Terlalu banyak bajingan.
Before I retrieve... please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. If better goods come in, you'll be the first. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Yep, that's the right answer. But
Bawah atas bawah, Cok.
Would you like your hara fruits to be packaged in the Sumeru City or Port Ormos style? Wow, you two sure are generous customers. We'll be sure to package your products. Okay. Everything has been confirmed. Miss Dory is waiting for you up at... Shoot! It's the mantra! Run!
What? The mantra? Where? Al Haytham said we're done for if they catch us. We gotta get out of here. We don't know this area, so let's follow that informant.
Ini di atas, Cok, Bambang. Kocak, kocak. Wah.
Look, he's over there. Hey, if you're hiding from the Rishbaland tiger, come this way. Another password. Huh? Oh, that voice can... Here, over here. You can stop running now.
Oh, Dory.
So you were the one who was calling out to us just now. But, are we definitely gonna be safe here?
These two good customers wish to buy some hara fruit, Miss Dory. And if there's nothing else, I'll just excuse myself.
Oh, very good. Thank you. Huh? Wait, you're Dory? I'm unsure thought you'd look a whole lot scarier. Hey, what are you trying to say, Princess Pea-Brain? I can be scary enough when I need to be, believe you me. If you don't watch what you say, then you can forget about doing any business. But it seems you two have actually done pretty well so far. Not only did you manage to find the informant, your reactions were also pretty sharp. You don't really look like criminals or anything, but I bet my Mora that you've been involved in some shady dealings, haven't you? I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a compliment, but we'll take it. I can't risk doing business with people who start huffing and puffing after just a few paces. No matter how much more they might have. Not only will they get caught by the mantra, but they'll also get us into trouble. As decent folks trying to run an honest business. We don't need any of that. Wouldn't you agree? So that's why I prefer to have customers like you. It's It's your first time here, but don't worry, I won't ask too many questions. Even if you wish to buy enough knowledge capsules to decorate your house with, please, knock yourself out. As long as you have lots of round, shiny Mora, then we're all good. Ah, yes, of course. Go ahead. Oh. Wow, she has a trove of Karen's knowledge. Whew. She'd probably be in serious trouble if the Vatra caught her with all this. What kind of products do you seek, my dear customers? Don't worry, I'm not interested in your reasons for buying. I can, however, offer some suggestions. Take this one, for example. An analysis of the sociological ideology and dialectics of the Hilichurls. Only 3 people in all of Tibet have ever studied it, making it extremely rare. It's on sale now for 350,000 Mora.
Wow.
Yeesh. Who would want to be an expert in that topic? Or how about the architectural styles and construction methods of Tibet in the early Archon War period? With this one, you can become an expert in historic architecture preservation and find an excellent, well-paying job in nearly any nation. Ooh, now this sounds like it could be useful.
Anjing.
2 million Mora, and it's yours. No discounts.
Sheesh.
That's a lot of Mora.
Mahal
Of
betul.
course, you are free to pick whatever your heart's desire. The contents and price of each knowledge capsule are indicated in small text on the body of each one, down at the bottom. Alright, let's try the method that I'll Hatham mentioned.
Oke. Ada 3, Cok.
You really got a good head on your shoulders, and quite the eye for quality. We'll take these, please and thank you. My oh my, you are blessed with a taste for both the exquisite and the extravagant. Customers like you are a rare breed. 1 in 100. No, 1 in 1,000 even. Listen, I have a special offer for you two. If you spend just 100,000 more, you can pick any knowledge capsule of your choice up to a value of 1 million Mora. Say what now? Hey, did you hear that? Spend another 100K and we get a capsule worth a whole million. But all the pan knowledge we just bought is easily worth 500,000 Mora. If we spend just a little more, we can get something worth 1 million Mora. Isn't that a fantastic deal? Think about it. We've gone to all this trouble to get this canned knowledge. And so far, everything we bought belongs to all Hatham. Aren't you even the least bit curious about how this whole canned knowledge thing works? We're talking instant knowledge here. Don't you want to try it yourself? Come on. We still have around 100,000 of our Hatham's Mora left. So let's put it to good use by finding something useful for you. Ahem. You got a deal, Dory. We'd like to spend an extra 100,000 Mora.
Anjing, tolol betul, Paimon.
Excellent. And then please, select from this fine collection of canned knowledge over here. Hold on a second. I thought we could choose whatever we wanted. Why can't we choose the ones from over there? Oh, but my dear customer, the knowledge capsules over here are worth 1 million more each. I'm sure discerning customers like yourselves will be able to find something to your liking. Please, take your time. Uh-oh, Paimon has a bad feeling about this. Let's use Elemental Sight again to check these. Huh? Why?
Kesehatan mental.
A capsule worth 1 million Mora here. Don't be such a party pooper. Well, anyway, The more's already been spent, so let's at least try to find something useful.
Wah, kepala batu kurang ajar.
Let Paimon take a look here. An introduction to traditional Sumeru brewing techniques, the art of growing spices, an overview of ancient runes. Oh, how about this one? Sword fighting techniques 8. Not sure we'd ever find volumes 1 through 7, but at least this knowledge should be useful, right? Let's go with this one.
Yang penting Paimon seneng deh.
We'll take this one. All right, very good. I'm expecting some new goods in the next couple days, so be sure to check back again soon. Whether it's canned knowledge or anything else you need, bring your Mora to Dory and doors will open.
Ah, ditipu cok kita cok.
Smoothly enough, let's head to a call of Funduk and meet up with Al-Haytham.
Aduh, ini semua gara-gara Paimon.
Finally tell us about what the Academia lost.
Aduh, gawat ini cok. Kok naik? Iya. Terlalu polos gitu loh. Udah polos so tahu cok Paimon ini ya. Gawat.
You two made it. And from the looks on your faces, you were successful.
Wow, there's so many people from the Academia here. Why would you pick this place as our meetup spot?
Well, Wikela Funduk is under the Academia's control, so naturally the Academia has people working here. I came to Port Ormos under the pretense of conducting official business.
You're a pretty daring guy.
Relax. No one here is interested in anything we say, and the Watcher won't come here. Okay, now, tell me how your encounter with Dory went.
Okay, we did what you asked. So, can you tell us about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost now?
Before that, I have to ask, why are you two so intent on tracking it down? You don't have to answer, of course.
Ah.
Yeah, he just wants to meet the God of Wisdom and ask her about something important. We've been in Sumeru for a while now, but we still haven't found a way. When we heard that the Academia had lost something that might be related to the gods, we came here in case it turned out to be our lucky break.
In that case, you're on the right track. A short while ago, the Academia lost a knowledge capsule in the desert. It's supposedly a divine knowledge capsule. Use it, and you'll gain the wisdom of the gods.
Wow, there's really such a thing as that? Hey, if we find it, do you think we could learn how to meet the Dendro Archon? Ooh, or how to find your sister?
I highly doubt it has any mystical properties, but it does indeed exist. And it's right here, in Port Ormos.
Iya.
So, where exactly?
That's what we need to find out next. I won't deny that. I am investigating because I'm curious as to what the divine knowledge capsule truly is. As you know, the Eremites in Port Ormos also have their eyes on it. It is an extremely precious item. The knowledge contained within may bring great power or wealth to whoever has it in their possession. Several brigades have been vying for ownership of it as of late, but there is still no victor. My personal finances and connections cannot compete with those of the Eremites. After attempting various methods, I finally managed to reach a tentative agreement with several brigades. I agreed to forego ownership of the divine knowledge capsule in exchange for the opportunity to study it. After all, there's no harm in understanding what it is. However, there are those who are less amenable to negotiation, such as those from Ain al-Ahmar. They adamantly believe that the divine knowledge capsule contains King Deshret's power, and that he will return to this world when they obtain it. They refuse to let anyone from the Academia tarnish their deity's soul.
So you kept hounding them because they refused to cooperate with you?
Yes. Ain al-Ahmar isn't exactly wealthy, but its members are determined to get that capsule by any means necessary. To that end, they've resorted to many methods more foul than fair in order to amass sufficient funds. So, I've been sabotaging their business to force them into negotiating with me. The Divine Knowledge Capsule should be up for a secret auction within the next few days. Each brigade will place their own bid, and the prize will be covertly given to the winner. To ensure the capsule's security and to evade the mantra's notice, the winning brigade will not publicly disclose their victory. Unless I know whose hands the Divine Knowledge Capsule ends up in, my agreements with them will fall through. Dory is the most reliable source of information, but that avenue was previously closed to me. With you on board now, the situation is different.
In other words, you wanted us to befriend Dory so you could find out where the Divine Knowledge Capsule is.
Wow.
Yes, you can say that. But this arrangement harms none of us. The day after tomorrow, go back to Dory and try to purchase information on the Divine Knowledge Capsule's whereabouts. If she has no information, wait 2 days and approach her again. If I get the opportunity to study the Divine Knowledge Capsule, I will relay my findings to you. Will that suffice as compensation?
Gua putar-putar ini, Jok.
Okay, then we'll meet up in 2 days.
Hey, before you go, we actually bought a knowledge capsule for ourselves, but we're not sure how to use it.
You two want to try using a knowledge capsule? Sure, I can teach you. Doing so right under the Academia's nose is a bit problematic, though. What do you say we head to the outskirts of town?
Oke, kayak pakai barang haram gitu loh, coy ya. Oke. That feels like doing something criminal things.
Alright, this place works. Show me the capsule you purchased.
Here.
Sword Fighting Techniques 8. Huh. A combat class knowledge capsule. This class is something of a rare find these days, since most have been taken by the Eremites to augment their battle capabilities.
Really? Oh, yeah, what a great buy!
If you want to determine the efficacy of this capsule, I can evaluate your combat ability. However, effects will likely be minimal if you already possess a high amount of strength. We can conduct a controlled experiment where you fight 2 battles, one before using this knowledge capsule and one after. While you fight, we can use an Akasha terminal to monitor your various physical parameters. There may be variances in your physical strength between the 2 tests, as well as a disparity in your opponent's abilities. But don't worry, I'll run statistical analyses afterward to mitigate any confounding effects.
Wow! Oh, hey, you must have been one of those guys at the Academia who got top grades on everything. Paimon's curious about something, though. You definitely weren't one of those students who needed canned knowledge to graduate from the Academia, right? So, why are you risking getting caught by the mantra for this capsule?
When you are unable to understand a researcher's actions, most cases can be attributed to curiosity.
Sounds like you're trying to avoid the question.
Alright, let's begin the test. Just fight as you normally do.
Oke. Kemana gitu?
Wipe out! Odds revealed by the room!
All right. I'll link your Akasha terminal to record data. The next step is to use this knowledge capsule. Hold it in your hand. I'll help you establish a connection with it so you can activate its power.
Oke. Ini udah jadi tapi belum bagus. Kali lu mau lihat nggak nih? Mau, aku mau lihat. Bagaimana hasilnya, Cok. Kapsul pengetahuan di tas. Mana itu kapsul pengetahuan? Hah, kok hilang? Di makanan apa? Mana, Cok? Langsung lihat di live. Wih, jangan dong. Nanti habis live-nya baru gua lihat ya. Terlalu berbahaya, Cok, kalau lihat di live. Mana kapsul pengetahuannya, Cok? Oh, ini pakai.
How are you feeling? You mean that it worked?
All right. Time for round 2. Fight the same composure as before.
Oke, apakah akan ada bedanya? Damage sama. Cooldown pun sama. Anjing, ini mah ditipu, Cok. Gak ada bedanya, anjing. Apa fungsinya tuh kapsul? Ya udah, gue selesain aja dulu baru gue liatin, soalnya masih tambah backsound sama nyesuaiin klip-klipnya, belum ada exe-exe-nya. Oke, Nue. Siap.
Now, I'll start recording data again.
Tidak ada perubahan.
How's it going?
Well, the knowledge capsule you purchased did improve his combat capability. During the second fight, his overall fighting performance increased by 0.073%.
Anjing, apa iki, Cok? 0,73%. Bodoh lah.
Wait, how much?
Fix ditipu, anjing.
Of course, this could be because he is so powerful that the capsule's contents were unable to produce a substantial
Halo,
increase.
Bang, gua kembali. Halo, Mak Wati.
At the very least, this test allowed me to gain more insight into you two. Our deal seems increasingly worth my investment. I'm heading back to Akela Funduk. I await your response in 2 days' time. This is more of for when you ask donation. Pay.
Wow. Terbuang sia-sia, Cok, moral kita. Live sampai jam berapa? Ya sekitar mungkin sejam lagi kali ya. Ya sejam lagi kayaknya, cuy. Berarti sejam dari sekarang, mungkin sampai jam 2 aja kali ya. Tergantung baterai ya kan, dan kekuatan mataku. Ini sekalian nyari ngantuk juga nih ya kan. Supaya kelar live langsung tidur. 。 . 。  . 。 . . . . 。 . 。 . . . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . . . . . 。 . 。 . 。 . Aduh si Bennett mana link IG, TikTok, YouTube, lu deskripsi. Ya kan ini live gabut doang Nue ya. Ya jadi ya di video-videoku sebelumnya ada kok Nue ya. Di live streaming tadi juga ada kok. Jadi ya bisa lihat di sana ya Nue ya. Ini kan live gabut ya, jadi nggak aku taruh, Cok. Nah, tunggu sampai lusa, Cok. 1 hari lagi ternyata. Sama Bang, gua juga ngantuk. Waduh, ya kan. Ini biar pas mau tidur langsung nyenyak gitu ya kan. Maksudnya gua nggak tahu kenapa ini tiba-tiba insomnia, walaupun udah agak membaik sih insomnia aku ya. Kayak dulu cuy sampai pagi gue insomnianya ya. Ini sekarang udah merasa ngantuk, oke lah. Ini juga gua tadi tidur agak siangnya agak kelamaan ya. Ya udah berhubung masih 1 jam live, 1 jam lagi live-nya gua lanjut perbagus dah. Oke, mantap nih. Bang Mona sama Token mana Bang? Tidur dong sudah pasti ya kan. Ngapain mereka bangun jam segini ya kan? Apalagi Token cuy. Token kan harus sekolah kan ya. Harusnya sih Token tidur ya. Kalau Mona sih kayaknya tidur juga, Cok. Agak gabut juga Mona ya kalau bangun jam segini, Cok. Oke, kita langsung ke Dori lagi, saudara-saudara. Oke, agak kocak loh, bisa-bisanya, Cok. Ya, gue udah tahu sih itu tipuan gitu loh. Cuma sih, aduh, lucu banget dah Paimon, Cok. Lah, anjing, Cok. Belum juga gua naik, kok tiba-tiba naik. Wah, magic anjing. Wow. Bang, katanya mau live Minecraft. Waduh, Minecraft ya. Kemungkinan kalau nggak 3 hari lagi sih, 4 hari lagi sih Minecraft ya bro ya. Besok sih gue bakalan live Metal Slug Awakening ya Mak Wati ya. Jadi ya begitulah. Mumpung lagi rame-ramenya Cok Metal Slug Awakening, kali aja aku mendapatkan viewers baru ya kan.
Welcome back, my loyal patrons. What can I do for you this time? You name it. Hand knowledge, supplies, or anything else you need. I'll find a way to get it. Where there's a waterfall of Mora, there's a way. Can you really get us anything we want? Anything at all? Aha! So it appears that canned knowledge alone is no longer sufficient for your opulent appetite. Then please, oblige me. Tell me what you have in mind. Oh, I knew customers with pockets as deep as yours would undoubtedly crave something more profound than ordinary canned knowledge.
Bang, gue pengen lihat tuh live game horror. Waduh, tiap malam Jumat Mawat ya. Tiap malam Jumat gue main game horror kok ya.
But you know, that kind of
Ya walaupun gue agak kebal sama game horror sebenarnya ya. Orang lain kan main game horror teriak-teriak wah. Gue main game horror kayak kok datar gitu loh Cok. Gue agak kebal gitu loh sama jump scare masalahnya anjing. Jadi ya begitulah.
After all, I had to work really hard to weasel my way into the auction site. And not to mention that if anyone found out that I was the leaker, I would be in big trouble. But how can we be sure your information is accurate? I'm curious how you just happen to have this kind of info the moment we need it.
Paimon jadi curiga.
Because to me, anything of value is what I consider to be my supply. Therefore, I must always be aware of what's hot on the market in order to secure more sales. As for the information's authenticity, well, you've no need to worry about that. I used a camera to take a picture of the transaction. That way, no one can dispute it. It's always a pleasure doing business with such sterling patrons.
Sebelum main game horor berdoa dulu bang. Gua kalau main game horor gitu jadi kebal. Entahlah, gue bukan kebal gara-gara berdoa ya. Lebih karena keseringan, coy. Gue kan dulu suka banget gitu loh main game-game horor gitu kan ya. Mungkin hampir setiap hari aing mengkonsumsi game horor sampai gua tahu di mana pattern-pattern di mana ini ada jump scare, ini bakalan jump scare itu ya. Ada dua tipe, misalnya tegang jedeng atau tegang sunyi jegeng. Nah itu tuh, itu dua tipikal jump scare yang paling sering dipakai tuh sama film sama game tuh. Jadi gue udah hafal gitu loh kapan patternnya, atau mungkin cuma yang option ketiga cuma kayak dibolak-balik dikit doang gitu. Mungkin kayak tenang, jegreng, atau mungkin langsung jegrengnya tapi nggak bertahap jadi langsung muncul. Jadi entahlah, gue jadi kebal gitu loh karena keseringan ya. Entah ini anugerah atau kutukan ya, tapi ya sekarang gua nonton film horor jadi kayak kurang menantang gitu loh coy. Tidak seperti dulu anjing. Dulu gue seneng coy nonton coy, ada fear-nya gitu, ada rasa takutnya, sekarang hilang. Jadi ya
Now that we've paid full, here's the scoop. The Divine Knowledge Capsule was purchased yesterday by a certain Misery, the leader of Ain el-Ahmar. Ain el... You mean the Aramites who worshipped King Deshret? Ah, so you're already familiar with them. The group has done everything in their power to obtain the Divine Knowledge Capsule. After all, they believe it contains the power of King Deshret. That Divine Knowledge Capsule is unlike any other canned knowledge I've seen before. It was glowing bright red. The capsule is clearly visible in the picture I took. You can look for yourself. Thanks for the info, Dory.
sumpah pai mah benar-benar jadi teras isu anjing. Bang, gua kasih soal boleh Mawati, silahkan.
Please, it's my pleasure. It's all thanks to discerning customers such as yourselves that my efforts yesterday were not in vain. Please, don't hesitate to contact me if you ever need anything else in the future. Well, we figured out where the Divine Knowledge Capsule is. It turns out it ended up in the hands of Ain el-Ahmar. Let's head back and talk to Al-Haytham. Al-Haytham, we got the info you wanted.
Dari ketiga emot yang paling banyak digunakan, wes sudah pasti yang ketawa ya kan. Apapun kondisinya emot ketawa pasti akan keluar ya kan, Mawati ya kan.
Really? All right. Let's hear it.
Dory even gave us evidence to verify the intel. Have a look.
Huh, look at that. Clear as day. It must have taken some guts just to infiltrate the scene of the Aramites transaction. But then to get close enough to take a picture like this. Bold move, Dory.
Salah yang ketiga. Hah? Kok bisa? How it can be yang ketiga. Bentar, ini dunia sedang sedih atau bagaimana ini? Kok bisa yang ketiga, Cok? Wah. Gua agak speechless ya. How it can be.
All right. The person in this picture is indeed Misery, the leader of Ain el-Ahmar. And the glowing red capsule he's holding appears to be the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In which case, if we play our cards right, when we confront them next week, we should be able to force them to show their hand.
Kalau nggak percaya, cek aja di Google. Waduh, pakai meta Google, wah gawat nih. Aku angkat tangan kalau pakai meta Google.
At first, Paimon didn't get why you were provoking these Ain el-Ahmar guys. But now, it sort of makes sense. Everything's playing right into your hands. After we defeat them, we can finally have a serious talk with their boss and get them to lend us the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Thank you for your time and efforts. Take a few days off while I make some preparations. Let's meet up again on the afternoon of the arranged date, 3 o'clock sharp. See
Anjing.
you then.
Wah, 3 hari lagi, Cok. Oke, ala hitam. Banyak banget gue sih istirahat ini ala hitam ya. Udah. Lah. Gua kira bakalan mesti nunggu waktu lagi.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's head to the pier in front of Faros Lighthouse.
Yep, let's go.
Oh, ini mah deket, Cok. Ada tele gak sih? Ya, tidak ada. Wow. Bang, lu kalau tidur lampunya dimatiin atau ya mati sih. Nggak bisa, nggak enak juga, Cok. Lebih karang nggak enak sih. Kayak tidur lampu menyala itu kayak something not right gitu kan, kayak ini gua tidur tapi kok terang ya, kayak ada yang kurang gitu kan ya. Enakan lampu mati sih kalau gua ya.
Oh, hey, Thumb. I knew you were crazy, but I didn't know you were crazy enough to actually show up.
It was I who demanded that these negotiations take place. I was more worried that you might go back on your promise. This is turning into quite an occasion. I also brought some backup. I assume you don't mind.
Backup? Aren't you the
Bang,
brat
kasih
the
jokes
rest of
yang
the
gelap
other
dong.
day? Come to
Waduh.
support this lunatic because he helped you out? Fine, your funeral.
Jokes gelap ya. Oh, kenapa kartun Upin Ipin tidak pernah dewasa? Ayo, kenapa? Tebak dulu dong.
I'm not going to mince my words. Once we're done with you, you'll be nothing more than fish food. Get 'em, boys!
Nggak tahu, karena orang tuanya nggak ada, jadi mereka nggak besar-besar. Anjing, waduh. Hari-hari, oke, agak gawat ini ya.
That's close enough.
Aduh, salah lagi, Cok.
Go!
Woi, apa itu, Cok? Ini loh. Gila loh, nge-reloadnya ini orang-orang. Sabar dulu nggak sih, Bang? Ayo lo. Sini, Bang. Oke. Kalau Karos ditumbuh besar padahal ortunya nggak ada. Loh, Karos kan tumbuh besar padahal itu dia. Nah, lihat. Ini ya konspirasi nih, Cok. Kenapa Karos bisa besar dan kenapa Upin Ipin tidak bisa besar? Itu karena Karos bertambah besar pada saat orang tuanya ada. Dan Upin Ipin tidak bisa bertambah besar karena orang tuanya sudah tidak ada. Bagaimana? Konspirasi yang menarik bukan, anjay? Astaga, agak gelap gitu ya. Lah, ini kenapa dah? Kenapa deh, Cok? Iya, ampun. Anjay. Bang, gua kasih jokes gelap boleh nggak? Boleh, Mbak Wati, boleh.
Do not impede our work. Is that understood?
I was only trying to help.
Take him away.
Anjir diambil cok. Kencang kali tangan itu orang ya. Wah, aku lupa sih tuh cok, dunia melupakanku.
What in the back just happened? It's like that big guy suddenly lost his mind.
It looks like he used the divine knowledge capsule.
You mean the divine knowledge capsule did that to him? Oh, yeah. You mean how some researchers go insane after getting knowledge from Irminsul?
I've heard of numerous incidents of researchers in Satyavada life going insane. The state that man is now in suggests that this is a similar situation.
Bang, orang buntung bisa megang amanah gak? Waduh. Bisa dong, kan amanah bukan tidak. Wah, gelap.
This divine knowledge capsule does appear to be linked to the gods, but beyond that, it doesn't seem anything like the rumors suggest. Possessing it doesn't grant you divine wisdom or power. Did you hear what he said? World, forget me. What could that possibly mean?
If the mantra took him away, then that means the Academia got the divine knowledge capsule back too. What a shame. We were so close. Still, Paimon didn't expect the divine knowledge capsule would be so dangerous. Imagine if we tried to open it. Oh, who knows what would have happened to us?
As things stand, there is no reason for me to remain in Port Ormos. I believe our collaboration has also reached its end.
Oh, we were so busy trying to find the divine knowledge capsule that Paimon forgot to ask you something. Since you're a member of the Academia, do you have any idea how we could go about meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Truthfully, I don't. Lesser Lord Kusanali appears to exist outside of Sumeru's entire administration. Moreover, since the Academia possesses the Akasha, a symbol of our deity's wisdom, scholars have no reason to desire to make contact with the deity herself anyway.
Everything about Lesser Lord Kusanali is such a mystery.
I'm heading back to the Academia. How about you two?
It's almost the day of the Sub-Zero's festival. Maybe we should head back too. We've been rushed off our feet over the past few days, so maybe a little rest and relaxation will do us good.
Bang, kemarin gue lihat orang yang pakai kursi roda main bola kaki. Tapi ada sih emang tontonannya juga aneh banget cok. Itu kayak apa ya, mereka menolak takdir anjing. Hari-hari astaga gawat.
And we'll part ways here, Al-Haytham, until we meet again.
Now, do I deal with this thing first? Or should I produce the report that the higher-ups require?
Lu apa nih? Al-Haytham menemukan sesuatu. Tapi jadi kiper, waduh. Gimana nangkap bolanya yang di atas? Tidak mungkin kursi roda bisa loncat kan? Wah, kamu ya Makwati ya. Gawat. Aduh. Gelap dikit nggak ngaruh. Wah, gawat.
We didn't miss the Sub-Zero's festival, right? Let's hurry and find Dunyarzad. Paimon thinks she must be around the Grand Bazaar, since she showed us around there last time.
Lebih rendah, di bawah cok.
Just as promised, Traveler and Paimon. I'm so glad that you two came back to celebrate Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday. Indeed. The festival's tomorrow. We've been preparing for so long that I can't help but feel a little nervous.
There's no need to be nervous. I'm sure that Lesser Lord Kusanali will feel everyone's gratitude.
Thanks, Paimon. I hope that everyone who comes to the festival will also have a good time. Speaking of which, did you manage to make your way to Port Ormos? Discover anything over there?
Of course we went. A lot of things happened there.
I see. Sounds like you two had another exciting adventure. If there is another chance, I would love to join.
Waduh, tiba-tiba bahasa Arab. Apa nih? Bentar, ini Arab gundul kak? Waduh, Arab gundul, cok. I can read, what is this? Gak bisa gue coba baca Arab gundul.
Lady, if you went to Port Ormos in your current state, we'd both be in for a lifetime of trouble.
Yeah, you were eavesdropping.
It's called covert protection. Looking out for what's going on around my employer is part of the job.
It's alright, Dia. I merely said I would like to go. I know better than to think my body could handle it. The festival's tomorrow. I've been doing nothing but causing trouble for you. So Dia, please take some time to relax.
Even when you put it that way, it still doesn't feel right.
Don't worry, my guardian knight.
Okay, fine, but only tonight. Tomorrow's a big day, and many no-good scumbags are gonna try to take advantage of that.
Oh, you two must be exhausted from your long journey back to the city. My apologies for not realizing this sooner. I've already prepared a room for you to rest. Please follow me.
Whoa, you're so thoughtful. I'm so ready.
Anjing, Tagalog lagi. Ini lebih parah lagi, cok. Kitab gundul mungkin masih bisa aku baca 1-2 huruf. Ini Tagalog lebih parah, anjing. Bentar, ini gimana caranya ngetik pakai bahasa Arab sama Tagalog deh? Emang ada apa optionnya? Keren juga itu keyboard, cok. Bentar, keyboardku bisa nggak sih? Itu gimana cara ganti bahasa deh? Anjay, keren, cok. Ini bukan Tagalog, cuy. Ini mah bahasa India. Tagalog beda, cuy. Ini gue pakai HP, bang. Tetapnya keren, cok. Keyboardku perasaan Indonesia doang gitu lah. Pakai HP Oppo. Bentar, HP Oppo bisa begitu?
Here we are.
Ajay.
It's also fairly close to where I've been staying.
It looks really nice.
Not at all. Just tell me more about your adventures when you next get the chance.
That's Paimon's specialty. Paimon could tell you stories next time.
Oh, if you don't mind, how about we all walk around together tomorrow? All of my friends will be working the festival, and Dia is still insisting on her covert protection.
Yeah. It'll be pretty hard to relax and enjoy the festival if Dia's constantly hovering over you, right?
Then let's meet at the nearby bazaar first thing tomorrow morning.
It's a deal. Good night, Junior Zod.
I may be too excited to fall asleep tonight. See you tomorrow.
Paimon started to really look forward to the Sub-Zero festival too. Will there be lots of yummy food? Oh no. Thinking about food is just gonna keep Paimon up all night. The earlier we sleep, the better. Let's go inside, traveler.
Nah, ini bahasa Jepang. Bahasa Jepang kayaknya keyboardku masih ada tuh bahasa Jepang tuh. Cuma kalau Arab dan bahasa-bahasa lainnya nggak ada, cok.
We should go meet
Kayak nggak
Dunyarzad
dikasih
right
gitu loh sama
away.
keyboard gue. Tapi kayaknya gue nggak tahu itu bisa di-download atau enggak ya. Bentar, sudah berapa jam ke aku streaming? Oh, sedikit lagi lah ya. Ya, 30 menit. Ya, 15 menit lagi lah. Tanggung, Cok.
Traveler, Paimon, I've been waiting
Anjay,
for you.
bahasa Rusia.
Good morning, Dunyarzad. We must have overslept a little bit.
Not at all.
Jangan-jangan tuh bisa semua bahasa tuh keyboard tuh gue lihat tuh.
Today is finally here. I must cherish every moment as if it were gold.
You've worked so hard for this day. You gotta enjoy it to the fullest.
You know it. It's just that, as expected, I had some trouble falling asleep last night. Well, shall we? Let's start with the stalls over there.
Kazakhstan. Oh, gue kira bahasa Rusia,
Many
Cok.
vendors came out of the blue to support the event.
Mirip gitu, Cok,
Insisted on covering
tulisannya.
costs themselves. Let's go give them some business.
They paid for everything out of pocket? Oh, sounds like they're not in this just for the Mora.
They all said that contributing to a lively festival atmosphere is more important than money. Especially since we don't often get to celebrate Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday.
Ooh, they're selling food over that way. Let's go take a look.
This is a stall offering foods from the Haftmewa feast.
Oh, you could tell straight away. I thought most people nowadays wouldn't know.
Mushrooms, flowers, and all kind of fruit. It's all vegetarian stuff. So, what's the Haftmewa feast you mentioned just now?
It's another Sub-Zero's festival tradition. People used to set their tables with 7 different foods. Generally speaking, the most common selections are foods like Rukashaba mushrooms, Nilopala lotuses, Sumera roses, Sunsettias, Kapalatas, Hara fruits, and Zaytun peaches.
Anjay, sehat sekali, Cok. Salad semua, anjing. Anjay, bahasa India lagi ya kan?
So, the Sub-Zero festival is a vegetarian holiday?
You don't have to be a vegetarian to enjoy this bread. We just use the 7 foods to symbolize the 7 virtues of the Dendro Archon.
Wait, but if that's the case, if Sumero uses vegetarian food to represent the Dendro Archon, then wouldn't the Pyro Archon's festival be full of food like roasted fowl, juicy meatballs, grilled steak?
Isi otaknya makanan semua. Astaga, ini Paimon. Nepal. Bentar, sejak kapan Nepal tulisannya keriting seperti itu, Cok? Gua sih baru tahu ya. Nice info.
Oh, traveler, we have to go to Natlan as soon as possible.
I hope your wish comes true one day, Paimon.
Thanks. All right, how about we also check out some of these other stalls?
Dear customers, would you like to try your hand at alchemical divination?
What's alchemical divination? Those two things sound like they'd be fun to try together.
Right? I thought the same when I first heard about it. It is said to be a mysterious craft invented by none other than Lesser Lord Kusanali herself.
So, how does it work?
Gue capek nyari bahasa. Ya ampun. Iya sih, bahasa di dunia ini sangat banyak ya, coy ya. Bervariasi dari bentuk, huruf, dan model.
It's quite simple. After you give me any 2 alchemical reagents, I'll use them to perform a random transmutation.
Sure sounds random. So random that it will probably fail.
That is precisely what we need. After the transmutation fails, your one and only diviner here will interpret the remnants.
Well, according to Lesser Lord Kusanali, everything is interconnected, and all that occurs can be traced back to fate. You could.
Why does everything sound so much more credible when Dunyarzad says it? Are you guys working together?
So that's the true wisdom behind it. This young lady sure knows her stuff. So, how about it? Want to give it a try?
Oke, dua benda aneh ya. Tadi batu serahkan. Enggak dua batu juga sih. Dan ini serahkan.
Okay, one moment. It's the moon.
Oke, bulan betul ada batu.
Paimon wants to take a look too. Is it? It looks more like a pie that Paimon bit into.
Oke, ini Paimon emang isi otaknya makanan semua, Cok.
Generally speaking, the moon signifies... It means... Wait a moment.
Is he really looking it up in a book?
Oh, I remember now. It means illusions and lies.
Anjing, kebohongan dan ilusi, Cok.
Illusions and lies? That sounds rather ominous.
Yes, but this book says that if you trust your intuition and overcome your fears, the sun will surely rise.
Ya ini sih semua orang sih bakalan begitu ya. Siapa coba yang tidak percaya sama naluri ya kan?
He's not even trying to hide his book anymore.
Bang, bentar ya disuruh emak beli cabai bentar. Ini kan jam 1 malam ya. Mana ada orang jualan cabai, Cok? Oke lah Mawat ya.
Fate will only ever show you the beginning of a journey. It is up to you to forge your own ending. Thank you so much. I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just learning as I go.
Guess that was still pretty interesting. Okay, on to the next stop.
They say the Sub-Zero's festival was very lively a long, long time ago. Large flower carriages used to parade through the city. As they headed towards Port Ormos, people would throw flowers, candy, and liquor all along the way.
Dunyarzad's eyes are sparkling right now.
I wish I could have seen that spectacle. But if you ask me, I'm sure Nilu's dance of Sub-Zeros would be just as impressive.
Attention! Soldiers, fall into formation if you want any Yalda candies.
Anjing.
It's a weird guy with a weird hat. Hey, it's Dunyarzad!
Miss Dunyarzad, the children love you even more than the Yalda candies. In the few short days it took to prepare for the Sub-Zero's festival, the children have all grown very fond of you.
The Hallowed Knight of Flowers. It's an honor that you know my name.
Attention! In the name of Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, I commend you on your contributions to the glorious Sub-Zero's festival. All right, little soldiers, take your Yalta candies and don't forget your loyalty to Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Yes, Knight Ferris! Just what is going on here?
Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, is another Sub-Zero's festival icon, and one immensely popular with children. In the past, the actor portraying Ferris would also sit on a flower carriage.
It's all thanks to Miss Dunyarzad's sponsorship that the children can make such wonderful memories today.
As are we to you, Bihar.
Oh, not at all. Oh, speaking of tradition, do you want some Yalta candies? They're a festival staple, and I happen to have some boxes ready here. Take a look and pick whichever one you want.
Whichever one? Don't these boxes all look the same?
That is the fun part. Each box contains a random flavor. It's up to the luck of the draw.
Flavors include lavender melon, hara fruit, and sunsetia.
Ooh, those all sound pretty good.
And there's also lizard tail and oni kabuto.
Huh? What's up with those two flavors?
Oni kabuto is a little spicier than lizard tail.
Dunyarzad, you tried them before? Traveler, help Paimon pick one. Paimon wants the Sunsetia flavor.
Nah udah selesai nih, nggak nyangka secepat bet, buset. Ya sih, untuk aksi lumayan cepat loh. Biasanya gue ngedit aksi itu pernah sih gue coba dulu sampai 4-5 jam coba ngedit aksi, saking capeknya gitu loh ya. Untuk hitungan aksi ini cepat sih anyway ya.
It's alright. Paimon believes in you.
I also believe in your intuition.
Great. These boxes of candy are numbered 1 to 5 from left to right. Which one do you want?
Ini.
Attention! That's unfortunately Oni Kabuto.
Anjing, Oni Kabuto, cok.
Paimon thought you survived so many epic battles because you had incredible luck. But looks like Paimon was wrong.
The Sunsetia flavored candy was in box number 4. How about this? The most important thing is that everyone has a good time at the festival. So please, take both boxes.
Dan ujung-ujungnya kita ngambil dua-duanya. Wow.
Thanks a lot, Knight of Candies.
It's Night of Flowers, not Night of Candies.
Paimon really wilted the carriageless Knight of Flowers.
They all basically sound the same. We got our candy, so let's keep going.
Oh, actually, I just remembered that I left something behind. Since you're here, can you come with me to get it?
Dunyarzad, you probably forgot because you're so excited about the Sub-Zero's festival.
How embarrassing.
Gue jadi ingat kencan nama siapa itu, Tuan Putri itu loh. Gue lupa lagi namanya, cok, yang SS.
We're too late. Who knew the little lady was such an early riser?
I know, right? Hey, wait a minute. Boss, isn't that her?
Oh, that most certainly is. We're in luck. She's walking right into our clutches.
Those Eremites don't look like they're up to any good.
Who are you? I don't believe the Homayanis hired you.
That's right. We haven't received any of their mora, but I wonder how much the Homayanis would shell out to get you back.
They're a gang of kidnappers! Traveler, hurry and protect Dunyarzad!
Hey, did you scumbags even consider that the Homayanis might have hired a merc that outclasses you?
Anjay, muncul deh, cok.
Dia the Flame Main. No wonder we mercs haven't heard anything about you for so long. You sold your unruly mane to the highest bidder.
Don't speak so disrespectfully. My family started working with her as gratitude for her past kindness to us.
Don't worry about it, my lady. Just some friendly banter between mercs. One punch and those rabid dogs will expose themselves for what they really are.
Aren't your claws all dull by now? Don't get too cocky.
Traveler, take Miss Dunyarzad to a safe look.
No, we're gonna stay and help. There's too many of them. You're right. All right, fine.
Please be careful, Dia.
Don't waste time worrying about me. This is my job. Look out for yourself. After I've wiped the floor with them, I'll go find you all.
Ngapain ini, Cok?
Dunyarzad, are you okay? You look a little pale. Are you in shock?
Yeah, I'm fine. My body always reacts like this whenever I exert myself too much.
You sure you're okay?
I'll be fine after some rest. I'm more worried about Dia. After all, none of this would have happened if I hadn't insisted on coming out today.
Yeah, don't worry.
My lady, traveler, found ya.
Dia! You took care of them so fast!
Any more of them? Or rather, did anyone follow you?
Dia, your arm.
Oh, this? I'm fine. It's just a scratch. Normally, they wouldn't have been able to land a hit on me at all, but I'm still getting used to this new greatsword.
Please, let me take a closer look.
Come on, it's nothing. Us mercs aren't as fragile as you think.
Hold on, you said something about a new greatsword. What happened to the one you were using before?
About that. Well, I sold it, because I was low on Mora. Stuff like this happens every now and then.
Dijual gak tuh pedangnya? Halo Bang, halo Mak Wati, welcome back, welcome back.
It can't be. The anonymous donation that was used for the venue's final round of preparations?
Hey, Miss Dunyarzad, I wasn't trying to make you cry. I'm not gonna lose my commission because I made my employer cry, am I?
Okay, making your employer cry won't affect your commission, but selling your weapon without permission and getting hurt? I'll have to reevaluate your performance.
You're so unreasonable, my lady.
Thank you very much, Dia.
Don't be like that. I get embarrassed really easily.
Are you feeling unwell again, Dunyarzad?
My lady, your condition. Traveler, can you take her somewhere to rest? I'll look around the area to make sure we're safe from an ambush.
Truly, I'm sorry for the trouble, everyone.
Tadi gue beli ke warung 24 jam, masih ada warung 24 jam sekarang ya. Wow. Oke, sudah 36% ya guys ya. Ini sudah waktunya kita off streaming juga ya kan. Oke, terima kasih untuk kalian semua sudah menonton ya kan, Mak Wati dan juga Noe tadi. Ini gua juga udah ngantuk. Nah, ini gua sekali nyentuh bantal tidur ini coy, mantap. Jadi oke guys, ya mungkin segini dulu ya kan untuk live streaming kita pada malam kali ini ya kan. Jadi sampai bertemu di live streaming dan konten-konten yang berikutnya guys. Jadi bye bye guys, bye bye.